What's going on, CK Nation? It's your boy, the Boss Man CK. And on today's episode of Throttle School, we're going to be learning and breaking down one of the most important things in NASCAR. Today we're going to be talking about one of the biggest tools that you can't even see, and it's called the draft. At over 180 miles per hour, NASCAR isn't just about horsepower and driving skill. It's also about understanding the air around the car. The best drivers know how to use it and gain speed and make passes and work with other cars to get the victory lane. So, we're going to learn about that, break it down, learn it, know it, and watch our drivers win on Sundays. And we're all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle. So let's get to it. Class is now in session. So, what is exactly drafting? As you would say, what is exactly drafting? When NASCAR drivers drive down the track, it pushes air out of the way. That creates a pocket of lower air pressure behind the car called a slipstream. A car following closely behind can move into that area and experience less air and resistance, also known as drag. Think about riding a bike behind another rider. The person in front is doing more work by pushing through the air, while the rider behind gets a little help with reduced wind resistance. NASCAR drivers use the same idea, except they're doing it at 200 miles per hour and only inches away from each other. The trailing car can gain speed because it doesn't have to fight as much air. The extra speed can help set up a pass or allow a group of cars to stay together. But drafting isn't just about following someone. It's about timing, patience, and knowing exactly when to make your move. One of the most exciting parts of NASCAR drafting is the two-car draft. This happens when two drivers work together to go faster than either car could have gone alone. The first car creates the hole in the air, and the second car pushes into that opening. When they work together, both cars build momentum. On tracks like Daytona, Talladega, drivers often team up during races because the draft can make a huge difference. When you're behind another car, you're not just waiting for a chance to pass. You're building speed, saving fuel, and setting up your attack. But there's a catch. The cars have to stay perfectly aligned up. If the trailing car moves too far out of the position, the advantage disappears. At NASCAR speeds, even a small mistake can cost several positions. So, how does a driver use the draft to make a pass? The key is momentum. A driver may stay behind another car, building speed while saving energy. Then at the right moment, they pull out of the draft and use that extra momentum to race alongside the car. As for example, with my Dale Jr. cars, when the car comes up and they get in the airflow that this car is making, it slowly sucks them in to the point where they can literally draft. And then speeds gain up to 200 miles an hour, especially on places like Daytona, Talladega. If you played a video game or you iRace, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you get up on the car, you notice on your little tachometer that speeds pick up. But the minute that you let off or get back, and especially if this car's following somebody else, you see what happens. It slowly pulls you out of the air. You slow down. There are moves they call the slingshot where you could get behind the person like this and then slowly have that momentum and go past them. A lot of guys like to use that. When a driver leaves the draft, they suddenly hit the full force of air again. The car slows down because the drag increases. That's why timing is everything. Too early and the driver loses momentum too late, and another competitor might make the move first. The best NASCAR drivers know exactly when to lead the draft and when to stay patient. Drafting can create huge advantages, but it also comes with risk. Cars running together have less room for mistakes. A small bump and a bad move or a sudden change in the speed can create a chain reaction known as the big ones. We've seen them plenty of times. The big crashes happen at Daytona and Talladega because one little small move that went wrong in the draft caused a lot of cars to get damaged. That's what makes super speedway so exciting. It's not just one driver against the track. It's a chess match at full speed. Technology continues to change in NASCAR, but drafting remains one of the most important parts of racing. Teams use computers, simulations, and data to understand the airflow and improve on how cars work together. But even with all the technology, the driver still has the final decision. Knowing when to push, when to follow, when to make the winning move comes down to experience and racing instinct. So, what did we learn today? We learned that drafting is the most important thing. We learned how it works. One wrong move, when you're in a big pack behind somebody, one wrong move can either turn this car in front or make this car go. Drafting can be a very, very important key component to how your day goes at Daytona or Talladega. On whether you're holding up the Daytona trophy, the big one, and winning the 500, or your day's ending quick because something happened and bam. So, well, that wraps up today's lesson at CK Motorsports Full Throttle School. Remember, drafting isn't just about driving behind another car. It's about understanding the air, working with your team, finding the perfect moment to make your move. So, with that being said, I'm the boss man, CK. We're always all gas, no brakes, full throttle for Kyle. This has been the CK Motorsports Full Throttle School. You've learned, you've gotten better knowledge, you're able to watch your boys on Sunday, and now class is dismissed, and I will see y'all on the next one.